Michelle Obama. Every day she's dropped another negativity bomb on us, whether on her podcast or on someone else's. I mean, this audience knows she never says anything positive. It is all complaints. So she goes on another podcast. She's promoting her show, so she's making the rounds. The Diary of a CEO podcast, and actually found a way to bitch and moan about how hard it is to live in the White House.
When you walk through a storm, keep your head held high. Show me. What's this look like?
It's projecting that if you win, which I thought he could and should, he would be somebody that I would want as my president. It was all about, this is going to, our kids are little. We're going to have to move. How do you raise kids in the White House? It's dangerous. Is the first Black potential president. We knew there would be death threats. There was just how would we afford it? Because it's expensive to live in the White House. As many people don't know. I mean, much is not covered. You're paying for every bit of food that you eat. You're not paying for housing and the staff in it. But everything, even travel, if you're not traveling with the president, if your kids are coming on a Bright Star, which is the First Lady's plane, we had to pay for their travel to be on the plane. It is an expensive proposition, and you're running for 2 years and not earning an income.
Please help me.
Boy. So once again, we got to talk about Michelle Obama, who is boohoo whining crying while she's on a victimhood tour. And we got to talk about it because she's still crying about her hair, right? For whatever reason, Michelle believes that the average American cares about her hairstyle. And she went on this really weird rant against white people, blaming white people for why is it that Black people can't swim, right? You know the stereotype that Black people can't swim? Yeah, Michelle claims that white people and white people's obsession with Black people's hair is the reason why Black people can't swim. I'm not kidding. Take a look.
Worry about it. Let me explain something to white people. Our hair comes out of our head naturally in a curly pattern. So when we're straightening it to follow your beauty standards, we are trapped by the straightness. That's why so many of us can't swim and we run away from the water. People won't go to the gym because we're trying to keep our hair straight for y'all. It is exhausting and it's so expensive and it takes up so much time. Braids are for y'all so we can work harder and focus on the work. So why do we need an act, an act of law to tell white folks to get out of our hair? Don't tell me how to wear my hair. Don't wonder about it. Don't touch it. Just don't.
Wow. Just wow. Part of me wants to believe that she was just saying that for comedic effect, like she's exaggerating. But honestly, I don't think so. I think she actually really feels that way. I think she actually really believes in her in her head with her tiny brain that white people are the reason why Black people can't swim, right? Because in her mind, it makes perfect sense. Well, see, Black people can't swim because Black people are afraid, or Black women more specifically, are afraid of having their hair messed up, their straight hair messed up from the water. So they stay away from the water because they don't want to be judged by white people. Bro, white people live rent-free in this woman's head. Seriously, white people are living rent-free in Michelle Obama's head. Because I do not think that white people are thinking about Michelle Obama the same way that Michelle Obama thinks about white people. I think Michelle Obama I think she wakes up every day and she thinks about the white man, right? Or white people. What do white people think about me today, right? And I really do think she organizes her life based around white people. We know that apparently she wishes that she could stay and live with the white man,
You know, I have to say, Brian, if I'm a single girl out there and I find out that Brian Chesky is single and I can like stay in his house,
Here she
have
goes.
you ever?
Go
There you
right,
go.
right
you
to the relationship.
ever-
But Brian, you don't have to be feel pressure.
No, but we've never talked about
he
this.
just
Have you-
got here.
Have you
Her
ever?
and her husband have tried to set me up before, so this is
Yeah, I'm very invested
Yeah,
in
I appreciate
Brian's
it.
love life. But
Wait.
so you've never met anybody that way? Have you found?
No.
She married a half white man, right? So I'm trying to figure out, again, how is it that you can be a multi-millionaire? I mean, they are wealthy. They live in Martha's Vineyard. You were the first lady of the United States. You had a successful career. How are you still a victim? How is it that you still have this victimhood mindset? I don't get it. I don't understand. Like, it's beyond me. I really don't understand it. You're not a victim. But according to her, she is. She's still a victim, even though she has reached heights that anybody in this country, white, black, Asian, Indian, Hispanic, can only dream of. But according to her, she's being victimized every day because, see, I have to style my hair based off the preferences of white people, right? I have to fit these white beauty standards. It's like, nobody cares, right? Nobody cares. In fact, I think it's weird, and I think there's probably a lot of white people that think it's weird when black women go out of their way to try to look like white women, right? I think it's super weird when black women are running around with long, straight hair, blonde hair, that's clearly not natural, that's clearly not theirs. Yeah, I think a lot of people think that that's weird. I think it's weird, right? And I don't think that nobody gives a damn when you wear your hair in a natural way. I mean, I've never, ever thought about Michelle Obama's hair. Now, again, I'm not white, I'm black. But still, I've never thought about Michelle Obama's hair, ever. Not until she started talking about it, boohoo, whining, and crying about it. Claiming that her life is so hard. Oh, boohoo, I got to live up to white people's standards. I don't get it. I really don't. Because it's like literally everybody, doesn't matter your race, your skin color, whatever. Everybody who cares about having a professional career has to style their hair, right? They have to take care of how they look, right? When I was in corporate America, I had to get a haircut at least every week, every 2 weeks, okay? I had to shave, right? Like, yeah, I mean, everybody has to live up to a certain standard when it comes to their hair. When you're in a professional setting, when you're out in public, that's just what it is. Doesn't matter your race, your skin color. It's just probably a good thing, right, to have a professional look, right? I mean, that's just what you got to do. And everybody has to spend money on it. Everybody has to spend time on it. I'm sure a lot of white women spend a lot of time on their hair, and they spend a lot of time making themselves look good and professional. A lot of white men do it too. Everybody does it. Everybody has to do it. It's not just a black woman thing. But in her mind, well, this is a unique form of victimhood. It's like, well, would you have to like, does nobody else have to do this? Everybody has to do this. Everybody. This is not a black woman thing. This is an everybody thing. Everybody has to do this. But it's like I tell you guys all the time about these pro-blackity blacks. They want that love and affection from the white man, right? That's what they want. They want white people to accept them as who they are, right? I want the white man to accept me for my natural hair, right? They want that hug. And when they don't get that hug, when they don't get that love and affection, they get so butthurt. This is low self-esteem type stuff, right? I'm telling you, these pro-blackity black people, they have the lowest self-esteem. The lowest self-esteem. They love their blackness, right? On the surface. But listen to them talk and obsess about what white people think, worried about what white people think. It tells you everything you need to know. They have low self-esteem in regards to how they see themselves in relation to white people. I'm so serious. This is why they desire so much love and affection. I think it makes sense now why Michelle Obama admitted that she wanted to live with a white man, right? If she was single, the first thing she'd do is go run to a white man. It's all starting to make sense. So there's another segment that I want to talk about here that Michelle Obama is once again going to cry victimhood. This time she's crying sexism, right? She's crying racism about her hair, and she's crying sexism about the possibility of her running for president, in which she says that, hey, America's not ready, right? America is too sexist for a woman, right, to run for president or to be president of the United States.
So thank you all for being there for us.
You stepped into a role that carried a preconceived idea of femininity and wifedom that was founded on the landmines of racism and misogyny. What the First Lady wears is one of the main ways, which you've already said, that a First Lady is talked about. It comes with so much historical expectation. How do you feel about the fact that the First Lady is an archetype for wifedom and femininity?
Yeah, I don't agree with that. Don't agree with that. It's, you know,
Well, I mean, let's keep it 100. Michelle Obama was certainly not an archetype for femininity when it comes to the First Lady, okay? I think Michelle Obama is the most masculine First Lady that we've ever had. So she certainly did not fit that archetype.
It is a completely throwback on. It's a definition that has no current status in how women actually show up in the world today.
Do you think that that impacts the room that we've made for a woman to be president?
Well, as we saw in this past election, sadly, we ain't ready. That's why I'm like, don't even look at me about running, because you all are lying. You're not ready for a woman. You are not. So don't waste my time. You know, we got a lot of growing up to do. And there's still, sadly, a lot of men who do not feel like they can be led by a woman, and we saw it. What was the question?
I just said, we don't need to ask it again. You answered it.
So,
femininity, wifedom.
Yeah. I mean, I think we still have growing to do in that regard. And, you know, we can see how progress can be made and things can be snatched back when it comes to us owning our power as women.
Yeah. So once again, we have a Democrat, a prominent Democrat, that's a woman, liberal, boohoo, whining, crying, sexism, hating, bigotry, blaming men for why is it that Kamala Harris or a woman didn't become president of the United States, right? They don't ever take a step back and say, hey, you know, maybe Hillary lost and Kamala lost because they were just bad, right? They were bad candidates, right? Kamala Harris was a bad vice president. She was associated with the worst presidency of the 21st century. Probably one of the worst presidencies since Jimmy Carter. Okay? Probably one of the worst presidencies in the last 100 years, to be honest with you. Okay? She was associated with that. She was the border czar. She failed at that. She is not likable. She did not run a good campaign. She did not interview well. There are a lot of reasons why Kamala Harris lost. Her being a woman is not one of those reasons, right? It's not the main reason, right? It's not the main reason. But in the minds of these people, no. See, the only reason Kamala lost is because she's a woman, right? It's not because she ran a bad campaign, right? It's not because she can't interview well. No, it's not that. It's not because she's a far left lunatic. No, it's not her policies. It's not the results of the Biden administration. No, it's not that. America's sexist. Men are not ready, right? Men are not ready for a woman president. This is why we shouldn't ask Michelle Obama to run. Now, listen, I'm not looking for Michelle Obama to run. There are a lot of people who do believe that Michelle Obama could win. I think under certain circumstances, Michelle Obama would be competitive. But if she happens to lose, it's not going to be because she's a woman, right? That's not going to be the main reason why. I think the fact that you got so many people that claim that Michelle Obama could win and that are encouraging her to run is evidence and proof that being a woman probably is not going to be the deciding factor in regards to whether or not somebody like Michelle Obama could become president of the United States. I can say this. I would say that Michelle probably would have been better then Hillary, right, or Kamala Harris probably would have had a better chance than them. I think she still would have lost to Trump. But I will say, if she wants to go the sexism route, if she's saying that, well, sexism is the reason why I can't become president of the United States, Michelle, you're probably the most masculine woman that I can think of that could realistically run for president, right? So that masculinity, right, that you got going on, that probably cancels out a lot of the alleged sexism that is stopping Michelle Obama and other women from becoming president of the United States. Okay. But all jokes aside, I personally just don't get it. Again, even as a black person, I don't understand how is it that you can be so successful. You can accomplish so much in life. You can have, a life that people dream of, right? And you're still boohoo, whining, crying victimhood. I really don't get it. I really don't understand it. But, she's trying to sell a book. And unfortunately for a lot of black women, especially the ones that are in politics, okay, victimhood is the only thing they can bring to the table. She doesn't have anything else to bring to the table outside of victimhood. That's it. That's all she got. There's no other talent. There's nothing else that she can talk about. There's no real insight that she can share outside of victimhood. And the crazy part about it is that somebody like Michelle Obama would do a lot more good for black people and black women by not pushing this victimhood mindset, by actually sharing some real insights in regards to how she found success. How is she able to have a successful career? How is she able to climb the socioeconomic ladder? She should be out here talking about the benefits of marriage, the benefits of being a wife, of being a mother, of having children, of having that strong family structure, and how that helped her as a black family become successful. How that helped Barack Obama, her husband, become president. She should be out here really preaching conservative values. That's what she should be doing. If she really wanted to help people, if she really wanted to be an inspiration to black folks, right, to give black people actual real advice, good advice, young black folks good advice, that's what she should be talking about. But no, all she got is, woe is me. I'm a victim. My life is terrible. I was in the White House as first lady and we had to pay for so much, right? It was so expensive. A majority of your life is subsidized. Oh, you got to pay for some personal food items. Okay. And you're living in the White House. You got book deals. The president gets paid $400,000 a year salary. Again, a vast majority of everything they do subsidized. But, oh, woe is me. I got to pay for a Subway sandwich. This is unbelievable. But I think, again, this is the problem. Black leadership, the people who are supposed to be setting an example for black folks, instead of preaching about overcoming, preaching about conservative family values, preaching about the things that actually work, that help them find success. No, they rather preach and push victimhood, right? While she sells her book, while she gets richer, right? She gets richer preaching victimhood. It's a shame. It really is. So let me know what you guys think. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Most importantly, share a black conservative perspective. Peace.